Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here. I'm back for some more Magic Duels. This time we're starting up with Oath of the Gatewatch. Yep, that's right, we got through Zendikar. And it's time for another major story arc. In this case, we're basically continuing pretty close to where we left off. Zendikar struggles under siege by the Eldrazi. Use Gideon's leadership, Jace's knowledge of Hydras, and Nissa's powerful elemental magic to challenge Ulamog in the city of Seagate. Will you and the Gatewatch be able to defeat the Eldrazi and save Zendikar? Now, this is literally right after the battle with Ulamog. So, we're continuing there, kind of. Or are we? Is Ulamog really the first one? I don't think so. Planeswalkers Gideon, Jace, and Nissa have trapped the Eldrazi Titan Ulamog using a field of Hydras, but the trap breaks open unexpectedly and a second Titan, Kozilek, bursts forth from beneath the earth. As the Eldrazi Titans and their spawn pour into the city of Seagate, Nissa and her comrades rush to its defense. So basically she's coming to save her home plane of Zendikar against this. This is Kozilek. Or Kozilek. I think it's more Kozilek, but because of the O, but I like to pronounce it Kozilek in a way. This seems to roll off the tongue more. He's certainly rolling along, so shall we. Nissa versus the Eldrazi Brood. Okay, so we're going super green. I don't have enough forest to charge this. Don't have enough forest to charge this up right now. That's better. Okay, let's start off with this hand. So some rampant growth. Search your library for basic land card and put that card onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle your library. So this will speed up production. Undergrowth Champion. It's an interesting one. Wrong one. We know the Blazing Bladeheart. We've had Grazing Bladehearts before. Undergrowth Champion. If damage would be dealt to Undergrowth Champion, while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove a +1/+1 counter from Undergrowth Champion. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Undergrowth Champion. So this one can power up with more lands, and it can also prevent some damage to itself along the way. Nice. Apparently it's not got a set associated with it, so you can't be using it in this version of the game. But we've had that show up before, where you get some only in story mode, including this nice little antelope over here. Mist Intruder. Okay, here we go. It has Devoid, so it has no color, has Flying, also has Ingest, so we're gonna have to concern ourselves with having our library eaten again. That happens. But yeah, I definitely need to use this rampant growth. Yep, nothing but green. I figured that's where we were going with this. I can't do anything about this, because it's just that Nissa has a bit of a slower start, so I knew I was probably going to take the first hit. Vile Aggregate. Devoid. Vile Aggregate's power is equal to the number of colorless creatures you control. It has Trample and Ingest. This is going to be a bit of an issue. Kind of. But I have certain things that may help. Oh, what is this? Mana Gorger Hydra. Okay, that's in the Origin set? Nice. Trample. Whenever a player casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Mana Gorger Hydra. Okay. How did I miss this being around here? Oh my gosh, that thing is an absolute menace. Oh, oh dear. Yeah. Um, oh, I think I'll need to put this down first, but this is gonna really, really crush things later. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go with this undergrowth champion here because I need to get it a little bit extra oomph off the bat, preferably. So whenever you use landfall, if you have land, you can always play the creature first if you can afford it, and then play the land right afterwards. Because you can do that on your main part of your turn. And it's gonna flying hit me. There's no reason for me to not do this. Although they might have something to stop this, because they're playing a blue-red combo. So they might have counters. But they did not. Incubator Drone. Enters the battlefield, you get 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifices creature, add 1 colorless to your mana pool. So here we have another one that has Devoid, so it counts as colorless regardless. I may want to extend my life points. Got another Rampant Growth. Wait, whenever a player casts a spell, that can include me. Oh dear, this is gonna get wacky in a hurry. I mean, I could do the Gladeheart first because it gets you some life back. So that would take care of that real quick. I think. Well, then again, if I do that, put down a land, then play that. That's a tricky. Well, as long as we keep playing spells between the two of us, this is going to get interesting because they count as a player. And this thing is just going to get horrifically large. So, yeah. But I do need life. I think I'll go ahead and play. You know, getting this to gain over time probably the better play. So I'm going to play Mana Gorger Hydra. Play a forest so that both of these power up. Because I'm going to play this, and then it powers up. I get another land, that triggers landfall. So it doesn't matter how it enters the field. So, and now I have this thing is now at heavier power. At the same time, I think I want to use this more as a blocker. Because even if I take out one of those, it's just going to take down some of my ability to block. So I'm going to hold on to that. So I'm going to skip attacking this round. See if this works out for me. Okay, they're being smart. They realize that it's kind of pointless to attack me right now. Because I can take out a lot of some of their creatures pretty easily. They don't know this deck is so darn land rich. Oracle of Dust. Devoid. Pay 2 generic mana, put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. Draw a card, then discard a card. Whatever it is searching for, it will stop at nothing to find it. Right, so we have no idea what it's looking for, but there it is. And that triggers my Mana Gorger Hydra's special ability. It keeps powering up. Gladeheart Cavalry. Okay. When Gladeheart Cavalry enters the battlefield, support 6. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 6 other target creatures. Okay. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, you gain 2 life. That's gonna be useful. I almost have enough energy for it too. But let's do Grazing Gladeheart. So let's trigger those two. Trigger my landfall. That thing powers up nicely. I do Rampant Growth to get some more. That counts as a spell, so that powers up. This is going to get ridiculous very fast, and in a very good way. Landfall. I get some life. That powers up further. But they can take this out. I cannot run them completely over. I can, however, block something really big. Or at least take out something with this. So I might actually do as the computer's kind of suggesting, because whenever you're playing in Magic Duels in single player, it'll have a little arrow on something that it's saying is the suggested move. Because I could take out at least one of any of these, and that would also mean this Vile Aggregate would be destroyed and be no longer a problem. Because that thing's going to keep building. So I want to take it out. Also, it would decrease their other options of things they can do, so let's see if I can run it down. Nope, they're not blocking with it. I just whacked a Scion. If they cast a spell again, it powers back up a bit. They can still fly at me, though. I do have enough land to cast this next, so this is going to get just wacky. Right now, we're kind of staring each other at some things. Vestige of Imrukul, Devoid and Trample. So, it's colorless and it has Trample. It's a 3/4, so it's not the biggest thing that I have to concern myself with. Okay, they end their turn. Oh boy, this is going to get crazy. Because I actually have enough to cast this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it's just that much. I don't have 6 other creatures, but I can, however, power up 3 of them. And one of them a bit more in another way. So it's getting wacky. But yeah, this thing is just humongous right now. Oh my gosh. I'd like to trample them over, but I think they actually have enough attack power to take that out. But this thing's just going to prevent damage to itself. So I'm going to go along with that. As this thing builds, eventually it'll be able to do a runaway attack. Right now it'll also be a good blocker. Whoosh. There goes the drone. Bye. Sorry you had to lose a drone. Amazon would be mournful at this time. Okay, they only really have one thing that can totally get past me at this time. Yep, we're still getting pecked. This might come down to an old rule. We'll see. Oracle of Dust, another one of those. Oh dear, that thing is going to get hilariously large by the end of this. You know it will. Oran Reef Hydra? Oh, I got that late in the game. If only I got that just whenever I could afford it, because I know this card well. It has Trample and Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Oran Reef Hydra. If that land is a forest, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Oran Reef Hydra instead. So now this is a legendary Hydra card without actually being legendary. Like, it's not a legendary creature, it's just really powerful. Because most Hydras are ridiculous. And the fact that that one's now growing to a 10/10 should illustrate that. Okay, that is... okay, let me do a quick count here. Do they have enough to resist this creature? Like, could they kill it on retort? See, 5, 8, 11... yeah, they have like 14 points of retributive power. I can whittle away some of theirs with this. But at the same time, you gotta be careful about that. See, this one... Well, actually, according to that, I could go all out. But then again, I think they could, in fact, absorb all the damage from it. So let's see if they bother actually trying to kill this. Just let that one alone go and see if it can smack one of them out. Sooner or later, they're gonna run out of things to block Wessel that are small. In fact, they already have ran out of small things. Oh, that just went right through. They did not block that at all. So, wonk. That took a chunk out. Processor Assault. Devoid is an additional cost to cast Processor Assault. Put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. Okay. Processor Assault deals 5 damage to target creature. Okay, they're gonna blast something. They're taking out the Oran Reef Hydra. But that meant the other Hydra is now even more dangerous. So, I think that may have slightly backfired on them. Oh, they're being more defensive now. They didn't attack. Eldrazi Aggressor has haste as long as you control another colorless creature, and it's devoid, so it's colorless itself. Okay. That thing's getting fairly large in its power level. Oh, forest time. Charging up. Okay. I know they've got more than enough to resist this, so I've got to hit them fairly hard. I might actually go double, but I don't know, this one is a lot more reliable because it can take out one to 10. Then again, they don't have a single thing that this won't deal serious damage to, so let's go for a twofer. I know it's a little risky not having that one reserved for blocking, but kind of gotta... Yeah, I had to force him into it. Crunch. Oh, there goes the Eldrazi Aggressor they just played. Okay. They managed to take out the Gladeheart Cavalry, but they lost a lot. That was just wonk. So they lost a lot in that one. That was heavy. Cryptic Cruiser, Devoid, 2 and 1, pay 2 generic and 1 blue. Put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. Tap target creature. Okay, that could get a little wacky, but they don't have enough mana left over to afford it. And Managorger Hydra is continuing to power up. Okay. Grazing Gladeheart. So let's let's make this even more ridiculous, shall we? If I play a land again, I'm gonna get so much life. Okay, do they have enough to resist all this? Because I'm not thinking they... Well, let me see here. 1, 6, 9... Okay, 12, 15... They have enough to resist this if I go all out, so I don't want to trample yet to just maul them. I want to just hit them hard with something that takes out a chunk of something important. So let's see if they get something lost here. Come on, up. There goes their flyer. They can no longer peck at me. So much for computer strategy. You have no ability to just constantly get past my defenses anymore. You've lost yourself on that one. So I might actually have cornered. Incubator drone, another one of those. Okay, I have that. Oh, landfall again. Let's watch everything trigger. My life goes up, this thing powers. But yeah, they have nothing left but... Okay, they do have one of those left. But C9... Well... Yeah, I still am not able to really go for it. This thing is, again, safe because its damage prevention on itself really helps out. So let me crunch something else. Oh. You're going for double retort here. Oracle of Dust is down. Cryptic Cruiser just took a slight hit, but not enough. Huh. That's weird. I thought that it being blocked by 2 would have taken out 2 units. It just took out 1. An error in my favor. Oh, I have a spell. Nissa's Pilgrimage. This one's a nice one. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the rest into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Spell Mastery. If 2 or more instant and or sorcery cards are in your graveyard, search your library for up to 3 basic forest cards instead of 2. I actually get that this round. Oh, I don't think I've actually been able to play this one with Spell Mastery before. So let's go all out. I'm playing that, so that's powering up even more. And I am getting all sorts of stuff to happen. Oh yeah. 35 points of life. Yeah, you'd think they'd want to stop that because it's going to get pretty nasty for them pretty soon. So, I was mainly going to attack with this anyhow, but they might just be going to actually start to attack me. But the more they do that, the more they're going to leave themselves open. They're getting a little low on proper defenders now. Yep, there goes a token creature. So, poof! May go to the grave, but it doesn't actually exist there. Okay, they're using that ability a couple times over. I don't have anything that would really survive the hit. I'd like to keep that there, and I have so much life I can spare. So, I'll let that go through. Also, neither of these actually has ingest, I believe. And they have left themselves radically open. Touch of the Void. Okay. This is where things... Oh, wait. Never mind. Devoid. Touch of the Void deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this day would die this turn, exile it instead. It takes red to cast, but it's technically colorless. Okay, here we go. Embodiment of Might. Vigilance. Land creatures you control have vigilance. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target land you control become a 3/3 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. It's still a land. So, about to go absolutely nuts. Oh yeah, you totally want to do that, but it's going to be very heftily present that you're going to be seeing a lot more happening very soon. Yeah, that's going to attack, and that's going to wipe one of those out. could attack... Yeah, I have so many lands, I might as well try. See if they try blocking the heaviest blow, or if they... Oh, nope, they're crossing it up. They're trying to get their thing to survive a bit more. But on the other hand, that means it's no longer going to be able to tap my creatures. Okay, they prevented me from just mauling them, but that's going to be temporary, because this thing is getting just enormous. I mean, I think I would have qualified for that one achievement on its toughness alone if this goes just a couple more rounds. And it's just about to start because they just cast another Mist Intruder. So, it's about to be like a 20-20. I think I might just be able to crush everything in my path right now. Okay, so let's just have a random land become a 3/3 creature. So yeah, this is getting ridiculous. Okay, let me see. How much points of counterattack do they even have? See, 4, 7. Okay, they have 10 points overall. This is gonna hurt a lot. They are going to be in absolutely immense pain. Just with these two. And because one has trample, they'll be kind of obliged to try to block as much as possible. Crunch. There goes the Mist Intruder. Oof. Yeah, Hydra, just keep those bites coming. And like 7 points after the trample. Just ouch. I literally wiped out their whole army with one angry Hydra. They ended their turn. Oh, they must officially be just beyond nailed, screwed, and super glued. Okay. Palaka Worm. Trample. When Palaka Worm enters the battlefield, you gain 7 life. When Palaka Worm dies, draw a card. I've seen this one before in a different electronic game for Magic Duels. I mean, for Magic the Gathering. It's not in Magic Duels, but if you're playing MTG Arena, this card is in one of the sets. It's just not here in Magic Duels. So, if you want this one, play MTG Arena. Also free to play. So, yeah, let's go nuts. Because remember when I said this was going to be a 20-20? Yeah. Let's just maul them with that perfect vision. Because there is nothing in my way right now in terms of just obliterating them. So, although they could theoretically have some sort of retort, I don't think so. They probably would have used it by now. Also, I want to watch 20 points of damage just annihilate them beyond all reason. So let's watch the two bigger things other than this new one over here, and let's just watch them get mauled. Just letting 3 just stay back here to cheer them on. Zip. And then here comes 20 points. It's just hilarious. Minus 19 to 41. Ouch. That's a 60-point margin. Oh dear goodness. Oh wow. That was awesome. The Planeswalker. Okay, let me rev up here. The Planeswalkers fend off the initial wave, but the assault is relentless. Hundreds of Eldrazi descend as the Titan Kozilek smashes through Seagate's walls. Planeswalkers have no choice but to retreat as the city crumbles and the tide of Eldrazi envelops the former Zendikari stronghold. You'd think the results of the battle that I just had would affect this, but no. This is just a story that even though you've defeated lots and lots and lots and lots of Eldrazi, but apparently the fact that I whooped it so hard that it went nearly as negative as your starting life total would normally be in the positive, that you'd think that they'd say, oh, you win. So it's like you win at beating Eldrazi, you're good. But nope. Story still says they still gotta retreat despite the beatdown I just gave the Eldrazi. Okay. Anyhow, so this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off for now. There is going to be more for Oath of the Gatewatch, so we have 4 more story mode moments here. But for now, I'll be logging off, so I hope to hear from you all later. And do remember, bye for now, and Friday Night Magic!